First time filming with the LED lights on. Hi guys, Jay Smith here, down at Bray Golf Range in Suffolk. Now we're back on the normal reviews. Finished with the live streams for the moment because we can't redo this on live stream. So there's a bit of hitting that goes on in the background that would make the live streams too long. So anyway, I've got two of the new Ping iron offerings. It's the i500, which we'll do first, and then after that we've got the i210. But we'll pop the i210 down there for the moment. Right, when it comes to the i500, you guys which have seen the recently released G700s might see a slight similarity when it comes to these two. The i500 and the G700, the bodies are quite similar, as in the G700 is a bit bigger, actually quite a bit bigger, and the i500 you could possibly see as a G700 but smaller and more player inspired. Now when it comes to the looks of this thing, this has got the Hydropearl 2.0 finish, their better version of the previous. Basically they're saying it just helps with ground interaction in the rough, because it's quite a slippery finish, so the whole idea the club just slips through the grass, doesn't grab and all that lot. Now whether it works or not, you'll have to test yourself, but from the point of aesthetics alone, looks lovely. And it's not that fingerprinty, because it's that kind of brushed finish. Looks lovely, does look nice. Anyway, the right down by the ball, this is just give you an idea of what it looks like and how it feels, because it is quite unique. Right, this thing has got more of what I would like to see from a Ping iron. The G400, the G700, it just looks big. I'm not a great fan of a massive club head. The G Max, G30, that kind of was always looking a little bit kind of junky. Now this thing has got more like the iBlade in it, and I quite like it. I'm not saying that I've never been a fan of Ping irons. I have. I like the fact that the G700 and the G400 are massively forgiving, which helps a lot of people out there. But this is more inspired towards the people which are going to be looking for a certain type of look to their iron. So little stubby blade length, lovely little thin top line. This is the 7 iron. This is what it got, the custom fit 7 iron, but it's a lovely little squat design which I like. Medium-ish, thinnish sole. It is basically like a G700, but very much squashed. It's got a 17-4 stainless body and a C300 miraging steel face. Yeah, forged. The face is forged. Basically, they can put variable face thickness like they do with their woods when it comes to the G400 Max and etc., to try and make sure that those off-center hits are as forgiving as they possibly can be. So right, we've got this on the floor. I'm just going to give you a hit on this one and you'll be able to hear the noise this makes, because it says forged. So when it says forged, that pops in my head a certain feeling that I'm going to get, because generally speaking when you have a forged iron it's a softer, duller feel. But remember, this is a hollow body design, which means it's got like a hybrid hollow body idea. Nice and small design, but still hollow body, so it might make a bit of a crack. Anyway, let's give this one a hit and hear what it sounds like. Oh yeah, it's a definite punchy crack. Definite punchy crack. Feel wise, does it feel forged? No, it does not feel forged at all. I wouldn't say it's harsh in its feel. No, it's not. Like it's a bit duller than the G700, and that was a bit of a cracky sounding iron, but I wouldn't say it's not offensive at all. I'm looking for a bit of more of a forged, duller feel, especially when it says forged written on it. But they, yeah, I'm looking at quad at the moment, These are range balls, so obviously I know how far range balls go, and we'll do the premium ball test in a minute, but these things do rocket off the face. Let's go again. Oh, I hope you guys can hear that. That's a hell of a noise. That is a proper noise. Yeah, that's very noisy, very noisy. Is it offensive? No, it's not offensive, but it is a bit loud. And it does spoil the feel of it a little bit, because this, to me, does not feel forged. That's 3 shots basically on top of each other. That I'll take those all day long. I like the performance from the, okay, face to path will always rule. So I'm hitting them in the right spot, but yeah, I'm not sure about these irons because it says forged. So the kind of like, I'm looking, when it says that, I've got a kind of preconceived idea what it's going to feel like. And it's kind of, we'll do the last one before we go and actually hit them on GC Quad with my Game Ball Vice Pro and see how premium balls actually fare. Oh, that's 4 shots. Should I do 5? Because that's 4 shots on top of each other. I can't complain when it comes to performance. These are range balls and they're going further than what you'd normally associate. Now the loft of this thing, I'd have to double check. Should we go and have a look? Yep, 7.9, 30.5 degrees. Just had a look on the old Ping website. Now they do a power spec as well. So if you want to go crazy, so, okay, the normal lofts on this for 6 iron is 27 degrees. So this, loft-wise, is no different to the CF16s that I'm currently using for my 2018 experiment. The shaft, by the way, guys, I've got this in the XP95 S300, the same shaft that I have in my irons. So before anyone goes around, oh yeah, but yeah, it's shaft. No, and you guys know that have followed me for a little while, it doesn't really matter what shaft I have it in, it does make no difference. But yes, they make a power spec, which can then make your 6 iron down to 25.5. I don't think that's really needed, is it? But yeah, there you go. It's a beast, and I like how these hit. I do like how they hit. It's the sound they make, which is a little bit kind of off-putting for a forged, says forged on it, iron. Last one. Oh, draw a bit. I pushed that by about 4 yards. I was kind of hoping to have 5 on top of each other. No. That's me, again, face to path rules. Anyway, we're going to go hit this one now on GC Quad with my Game Ball Vice Pro to see how premium ball works with this little wonder, and then we'll come back and show you how all the balls, numbers and everything else, how it works. Okie dokie peeps, I've got the i500 data in front of me. I've hit a bunch of shots, probably about 20 odd or so. The great thing obviously be doing it with iPad now, because Quad only works with Apple. Come on, Foresight, get the old Android app working. They won't do it because obviously that means that frees open the Bluetooth thingy, but yeah, that's a different video. Anyway, I've got a great old big data set here, about 20 odd shots, just so you can see how this performs when you kind of hit it and hit it and hit it and hit it, and you don't just get lucky hitting 3 or 4 or 5 shots really well. I'm a human being, so I don't quite deliver the same every single time. But i500, 7 iron, remember, so yeah, respective lofts. Go ball data first. 122 ball speed, which moves up and down depending on my strike. 127 is the top one, and then going down to 119 when I don't quite catch it. Again, human being, I do these things, I'm not perfect. Looking at 19.2 launch. Now, 19.2. What was that loft again? 7 iron, 30.5 degrees. There we go. 30.5, keep that in your head. I started this one on average 1 degree right and a tiny little bit of fade spin, but again, that's just, yeah, oh, it's closed down. There we go. 5835 spin. Now this being 7-iron, you would naturally assume that it would spin around about 7,000 RPM. No, because it's loft dependent. Now you can go get many 7-irons on the market now with a lot of different, shall we say, loft numbers, so their own statically designed idea of what they class a 7-iron to be. Some are stronger than others. Now this is more traditional for modern day. So this is not modern, like retro lofts at all, but when it comes to a modern day idea of lofts, the whole idea of say 27 degrees for a 6-iron, 30 odd degrees, 31 degrees for a 7-iron is normal. Now in old school terms, that's actually one club shifted, so stronger. But it's kind of getting more like the norm nowadays. Anyway, so it's spinning up at 5.8. So if you would think this is more like a traditional 6, not a 7, when you look at the 5835 spin number, it actually makes more sense then. Going up, catch this, going up at peak height of 38 on average. Now that does go up to 42 when I absolutely crushed that one with 127 miles an hour ball speed, ripped it. But it's gone 42 yards and up in the air. Now, I am not necessarily trying to hit these up in the air. I'm not saying, all right, let's see how high we can get these. It's always just a normal shot, but it's going up quite well. Now that would be great for people which struggle to get the ball up in the air, because the CG of this thing is still quite low and it's still encouraging to get the ball up in the air. It's got that hollow head design, which is designed to do one is fire it off, but in that player's more, I don't necessarily see, I might be wrong, but I'm not quite sure how many players, proper players, are going to be putting the i500 in the bag. If everyone goes over to i500, I'll be wrong. But it's an interesting club. It sounds very, very interesting. On average, it's carrying 176, give or take, 175, 176. An average of 4.3 to the right. But as you can see there, I move around. Descending at 49.2 degrees. That's very healthy. So it's coming in at a nearly 50-degree descent angle, spinning at 5.8, which is old school 6-iron, at 176 yards carry. That's good. I like that. I do like that. I don't like the sound it makes. That's the only thing. Club data, if you want to know how I was hitting, average of 94 miles an hour, club head speed, as you see, I hit this one to start with, so that's why I started off at low 92s and then started getting a little bit more warmed up, but you can get an idea. Average 94. Attack angle down 3.6. My club path is going 2 degrees, basically 1.9 to the right. Face closing by 1.3. Now you will see when it comes to the ball data, the balls are actually cutting slightly. Well, why have I got a face to path, which is a closing face to path? Path is out to the right of target with a face which is obviously closing to that typical draw. If you look at the club lie, minus 3.1. So I would need 3 degrees upright at the standard head. So yeah, when that basically you'd need that to be adjusted. If you got that adjusted, then you would see the normal turn with how the face and everything. Yeah, that's what you should get. That's the importance of lie. You can affect trajectory in flight by fitting lie. Generally, you guys being amateurs where you hit the ground a lot or probably too much, you need the club lie a lot more zero, because if you were to try and affect using your lie to change trajectory, obviously say with toe deep or whatever it be, then the interaction with the ground before the ball would then put twist into it, and yeah, okay. Anyway, 3 mil toe, 2 mil low, that's my average shots, but again you can see there I move around. On that, I tell you what, that's quite a nice, apart from one I got slightly high on the face, that's a nice grouping, and yeah, you can see by the grouping there it done okay. And it was, you're looking at the longest one went, ball data again, 180 yards, done that twice, but it did go down to 168 when I didn't quite catch it, because again, human being. I've got no issue, so a conclusion to this club, I've got no issue with the club whatsoever, absolutely none. It performs very well. My only issue with it, I haven't even looked at the pricing yet, because the hollow head design clubs tend to be a bit more expensive, but yeah, that's a different discussion. I like how it goes up for me, because it does go up. Obviously I'm swinging at a certain speed, 94 miles an hour on average with a 7-iron, you're going to get, yeah. I can see the benefits of this because it's not dropping spin off massively and it is getting the ball up in the air quite well. You'd have to go test. You'd have to go test these. They are a very good looking iron. Love the finish on them. I'm not a great fan of the sound, especially when it says forged on there. I'm expecting a completely different feel. Good numbers, very good numbers. I can't complain. You see that my worst one was like 14 yards right, but again, that's just me because I'm a human being. I don't hit the golf ball exactly right every single time, but if you look at generally how it's performed very, very well. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the old like button below. Subscribe, do it to the channel. We'll pop on down the side of me here somewhere, click on that. Also, don't forget the old bell icon, because that allows you notification when I post a new video. You can see it. Yeah, so I hope you liked it. We'll see you again soon.